Sam Altman has announced that OpenAI will be adding an erotic roleplay feature to ChatGPT if you verify your identity as an adult over the age of 18. Sam Altman claims they've been able to mitigate a lot of the serious concerns of ChatGPT, and they think this more open version of OpenAI's ChatGPT makes sense given that fact. Now, I disagree with that fact. There's nothing to back that up at all. Like, he just says it. There's no evidence or anything. He just says they did that. I think it is very clear that Sam Altman is responding to the immense amount of backlash they received when they removed 4.0 from ChatGPT 5. If you guys didn't see, a lot of people who had AI boyfriends and AI girlfriends got very upset that 4.0 was basically like neutered or removed, or I guess I should say lobotomized, because it just got really dumb. But lots of people got very upset when ChatGPT 4.0 stopped working as it used to. And this is probably to placate those users. And it's also not crazy that OpenAI is introducing a sex bot, because Grok exists. Grok broke that wall and no one seemed to really care, so of course OpenAI was gonna join in. But don't worry, no one under the age of 18 will be able to use this, because you have to verify your identity with your ID, which is a terrible idea. Everyone agrees. Giving your ID to any of these companies is a terrible idea. If you ever verify your ID with OpenAI, just use like a SpongeBob license or something, or just make one in Photoshop. Do not give these companies your real ID. They will leak it online. It is guaranteed to happen. Every company will eventually lose all the data they possess because they just don't care. They just don't care about security. Don't give them your ID. They will lose it. I 1,000,000% guarantee you, your identity will be stolen if you give it to any of these companies. Now, I am exaggerating just a little bit, but also Discord recently just had IDs leaked. Okay, it's not that big of an exaggeration. These companies are terrible at maintaining security. They're horrible at it. Like, it is genuinely amazing that their security is so bad when these companies make so much money. Now, my overall stance with romantic partners being AI is I don't really like it. I think it's bad. I don't think it's a good thing. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to bully people about it, because I think that's bad. People are going towards AI because they're lonely, and that's sad. I just think having your romantic partner be a thing controlled by a company like OpenAI or XAI is a horrific idea. Because if you actually get emotionally attached to this AI, how much will you pay to keep your girlfriend or boyfriend alive? Please tell me so I can charge you that much. Sam Altman and Elon Musk are completely aware that if he gets people addicted to his anime waifu, people will subscribe and pay lots of money to stay subscribed, because they are desperate for that kind of affection. And I think that is disgusting behavior from these two companies. So in general, if you know in your hearts of hearts that you need an AI partner in your life, just run it on your own computer. Do something like that. Don't let these companies control your literal partner, okay? It's crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a Black Mirror episode just about this where someone had to like rent out their own body or something. The world has been looking like a Black Mirror episode recently, and I'm not happy about it, okay? I feel like everyone saw science fiction cyberpunk stuff and was like, yeah, let's do that, not realizing that was the bad ending. Like, Cyberpunk 2077 is the bad ending. We don't want that. Like, it's fun when you're in a video game, because if you are a main character in the game, it's sick. Like, if you're Elon Musk or Sam Altman or something, this is probably super fun. But if you're literally everyone else, it's not very fun. But OpenAI introducing the sex bot is a horrific sign for OpenAI, because literally in August, Sam Altman went on a podcast and said this about sex bots.
That's like a very special relationship we have with our users. We do not take it lightly. There's a lot of things we could do that would like grow faster, that would get more time in ChatGPT, that we don't do, because we know that like our long-term incentive is to stay as aligned with our users as possible. But there's a lot of short-term stuff we could do that would like really like juice growth or revenue or whatever, and be very misaligned with that long-term goal. I'm proud of the company and how little we get distracted by that, but sometimes we do get tempted.
Are there specific examples that come to mind? Any like decisions that you've made?
Well, we haven't put a sex bot avatar in ChatGPT yet.
So he literally described it as selling out his own users, and then also said that it's bad for long-term growth. So, Sam Altman, if it's so bad for long-term growth, why are you doing it? I made a video not too long ago about the AI bubble being on like the brink of popping, and yeah, it's getting real close to popping. I can't give you an exact time frame because this stuff is like really just kind of random. It depends when the dominoes fall. But if I had to guess, it'd be like within 3 years, because it's looking like they're getting at the end of the rope. Because really, Sam Altman in August literally said what they're doing right now is a bad idea, and he's already changed his mind. And the thing is I don't disagree with Sam Altman when he was on that podcast. I think this is bad for long-term growth. It makes your company look sleazy. Like, are you really gonna sit here and tell me that XAI is like a high-end establishment? It is a sleazy bar in the slums. OpenAI was trying to go for the Apple-like vibe of it just works, but that clearly is not working because you're getting more scrappy every single time they release a product. Like, Sora 2 generates some scarily good-looking video, but it was a failure for OpenAI. Like, first off, if you own copyrighted content, it was just automatically put into Sora 2, and you had to literally go online and opt out, and no one liked this for obvious reasons. There was like complete AI episodes of SpongeBob up within like the day. Like, making it so everyone's copyrighted content was just already there was a horrific thing to do. It was really, really stupid. It was so unbelievably dumb. It just opened them up to so many lawsuits. So obviously, companies did not like their IP being stolen to make Sora 2 a thing, right? So what does OpenAI do? They turn it off. But it turns out all the people using Sora 2 just wanted to make content around the characters they like, because that was obviously what was gonna happen. Like, all these tech bros have been talking about making movies about anything they want forever, using any actors they want forever. This is what they wanted. So of course, the second they get it, they were gonna do stuff like this. It was so obvious that was gonna happen. And when they couldn't do that, yeah, the tech kind of sucks, right? And then when they can't do that, they got bored and stopped using it. And then the only people left using Sora are just making fake videos to post on other websites like TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Like, this video is a high, and it looks pretty believable. The only reason that Sora 2 existed was to steal IP and make fake content to promote on websites. That's it. Like, if you've ever wanted to fake something, it is the easiest thing to do in the world now. And I just don't think that's a good thing. Like, I don't think that's overall a good thing. Like, I think Sora 2's existence by far does way more damage than good. I can't see a world where that's not true. Like, if you could show me a world where that's not true, I would love to see it. But as of now, we're living in the world where it's just bad. It's just a bad thing. And then also, within a week of Sora going up, they limited the video generation from 50 to 100 today to 30, which just shows that they did not anticipate them using this much server power to make Sora videos, which is like, really, dude? OpenAI seems so underprepared for all of their launches. I have no idea what kind of math they're using to make their numbers make sense, but they never make sense because every time they launch something, they're like, oh boy, we did not expect to lose this much money. Like, obviously, you weren't gonna make money off of Sora because one, Sora 2 is like a TikTok app, okay? Like, if you haven't seen it, it's just an AI slop TikTok app. And in what world would you ever choose the AI 100% fake TikTok app versus just real TikTok, where you can get both real videos and the really good fake ones that are AI? Why would you ever use the fake app? There is literally no reason to use the Sora 2 app unless you want to make an AI video yourself. That is the only reason you would use the Sora 2 app. Or you're XQC and you sit on stream watching 12 hours of people making videos of you. So Sora 2 has probably just lost OpenAI money because they're not making any money off of Sora video generation, and they have no chance of monetizing it because no one's using the app. They're generating stuff and then they're putting it on different apps like YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. They are not using Sora 2. So I don't know who in OpenAI thought Sora 2 was a good idea, but whoever it was has no idea what they're doing in the realm of social media, and they should probably stop working on social media stuff. And if it was Sam Altman, that does make sense because he really doesn't know what he wants to do at any point in time. He is just a hype machine to try to make money for the company that will probably fail. Because remember, Sam Altman himself said his own strategies are bad for long-term growth. And a company that is trying to make AGI the pinnacle of super intelligence cannot be concerned with short-term growth. And the only reason they stopped talking about AGI and super intelligence is because it doesn't exist. It's impossible to make. They're not gonna make it. That is the only explanation as to why they keep making these weird decisions, because realistically, if you were genuinely on the cusp of making AGI, you would have never released Sora 2. You would have never announced a week later that you're gonna do a sex bot with age verification. You would never do that. So it is very obvious to me that OpenAI is currently extremely desperate and they are nowhere near AGI or super intelligence. ChatGPT will probably just stay about as dumb as it currently is. I don't see it getting much better. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm open to it improving. I just don't really see it happening. It is kind of a shame that the AI videos are like really, really good, and then the text-based AIs just kind of suck. Like, they don't do what they were promised to do. Like, you can't trust them. Like, it would be sick if I had an AI that could ask questions and it could actually answer me with like a high accuracy rate. But at this current point in time, they're not good at that. And ironically, the things it is good at, like scouring the entire internet for a quote I wanted, is just bad for the overall internet and ecosystem. Like, it has to ping like hundreds of pages on Google and things to find something. It's just not great. Like, in the whole ecosystem of the internet, ChatGPT traffic is like the worst kind of traffic because it pings a billion sites at once and gives them no money. It is bad for the internet's ecosystem, and I'm not really a fan of that. I just think OpenAI as a whole has like kind of ruined the internet, if I'm being real. Google started it, okay, by making Google worse. That did happen, but still, ChatGPT has done no favor. So everything from OpenAI's product side is a dumpster fire. It is a bad thing that will amount them with no money and will make society overall worse. Unironically, that is the current thing OpenAI is offering: lost funds and making society worse. That is currently what they've done. So what about OpenAI finances? How are their finances doing? Well, NVIDIA announced they'd invest $100 billion in OpenAI, which sounds really great. And then you look into it, and it turns out it's a money circle, because OpenAI then promised to rent servers from Oracle, right? But Oracle doesn't have these data centers yet. They still need to build them and buy GPUs for them. So that means Oracle's gonna buy NVIDIA GPUs to build servers for OpenAI to use that OpenAI is paying to rent, and then OpenAI is basically using the funds from NVIDIA to rent these servers. So OpenAI pays Oracle pays NVIDIA, and NVIDIA pays OpenAI. It is a human centipede of company. Now, this does feel kind of illegal. I don't know if it actually is or not, but it feels illegal. And I know for sure it's a stupid thing to do. Like, all this is doing is kicking the can down the road for when OpenAI eventually collapses, because this company makes no money. OpenAI has no real product. Their operation costs are way higher than the amount they can actually bring in. It is kind of a joke company at this point. If they're not making super intelligence, they have no reason to exist. All they're doing is burning cash and making the world a worse place. And what's especially annoying about OpenAI making the world an overall worse place online is that Sam Altman directly benefits from the internet being unusable because of bots. Like, Sam Altman owns this company called World, and they want to make this ID system that scans your retina to give you like a digital ID online, all to verify that you're a real person. So the guy who's actively making the internet worse and making it harder to exist online also owns a company that conveniently has a solution ready to go. I don't like that. He has every incentive in the world to make everything worse to benefit ultimately. Because people who want to scam, spam, and just promote propaganda will use ChatGPT to do so. And then people who don't want to deal with all that spam will use World ID to verify they're a real person. It just seems like an incestuous loop, and I don't like it. Like, unironically, the guy making the poison should not be selling the cure. That is a direct conflict of incentives. It's bad. It is very bad. So what do you think about OpenAI selling out their users? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you're new, and click the answers that turn more my content, and have a good one.